Happy 4th of July. We're going to get started in just a moment, but we're going to start the service with something new. So if you would, close your eyes and join me in that infinite, eternal space that's within, that's without, that has no boundaries. It's restricted by nothing. It's bound by nothing. It's the fullness and the allness of God, right where each one of them is, the perfection, the eternality. And so I bless this service and all those who are participating in it. I know that we are guided in the perfection of God as we come here to receive what we need to receive and give what we need to give. I know each and every person is a blessing to our spiritual center, and for this I'm so very grateful. Knowing that all is well, I can now let go, let God, and allow it to be. And together we say, and so it is. All right. Hey, there's Paul, all ready to go. Paul Landsittel, everybody. Yay.
Happy Freedom Day. Bless this sacred space where we keep the faith. Let it touch us in a deeper place where we keep the faith. Bless this sacred space. God knows why we're here, for one kind moment of quiet joy. God knows why we're here. Day by day, we stay prayed up. Take this time, no matter what, we stay prayed up. Bless this sacred space. We have everything where we find peace of mind. We have everything. Bless this sacred space. We know who we are. We know without saying who we are. Day by day, we stay prayed up. Take this time, no matter what, we stay prayed up. Bless this sacred space. Run, Spirit, run. Jumping from particle to wave. Run, Spirit, run. Run, Spirit, run.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so beautiful. Can you hear people clapping?
Yeah.
How about that?
So something new every week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Paul. We're going to get back to you in a few minutes. We got some announcements to make, and we got some good stuff taking place. So we'll be right back to you.
If you like us, check in on Facebook at CSL North Metro. If you shop on Amazon, consider signing up for Amazon Smile and then select the Center for Spiritual Living North Metro. And when you shop, we'll get a donation. And you can check out our website on cslnorthmetro.org. Go to contact us and add yourself to the email list. And if you go to the prayer request and add yourself to the prayer request, we'll pray on it all week.
All week.
And the affirmations and the affirmative prayer are out there every week for your enjoyment and use as well. And today's title is Freedom is in the Transcendence. You've already met our guest artist, Paul Landsittel. And the reading is from Gesture of Balance by Tarthang Tulku. Tarthang.
Easy for you to say.
It wasn't easy for me to say. So now we're going to have Ernestine come do the reading and the affirmations.
Yay. Good morning, everyone.
Are you good?
Okay, I will get there. Yes.
Are you good?
Would you like me to start with the affirmation or the reading?
Affirmations.
Affirmations.
I'm going to have
Oh,
it backwards on the program.
no. I was just waiting for it to come up on the screen, so it's all good. All right. Affirmations for the week of July 4th, 2021. Please, everyone, repeat after me. The universe supports my life of harmony and balance.
The
universe supports my life of harmony and balance.
Every moment of my experience affirms my oneness and wholeness.
Every moment of my experience affirms my oneness and wholeness.
I live fully in the present moment and accept divine blessings.
I love fully in the present moment and accept divine blessings.
At my core, I am the pure essence of Spirit's love.
At my core, I am the pure essence of Spirit's love.
I am a radiant and energetic being.
I am a radiant and energetic being.
The divine intelligence of the universe flows freely through me.
The divine intelligence of the universe flows freely through me.
And we say together,
And
so
so
it
it
is. Okay, the reading, as Reverend Valerie said, is from Gesture of Balance by Tarthang Tulku. Once our hearts are open, all existence appears naturally beautiful and harmonious. This is just not another fantasy. It is possible to see or feel this way. And this is the essence of the spiritual teachings. The heart reveals all knowledge to us. Why the heart and not the mind? Because our egos control our heads and our hearts are much more free. When our hearts are open, no problem is too great. Even if we lose our possessions and our friends and are left alone with no one to support or guide us, we can find sustenance in our deepest feelings, in our inner silence. By utilizing our inner resources, we can cope more easily with emotional and intellectual situations because we are no longer involved in the drama around us. Even if we have to face death, we can remain peaceful, calm, and balanced. It is in the heart center that our inner nature grows to fullness. Once the heart center opens, all blockages dissolve, and a spirit or intuition spreads throughout our entire body so that our whole being comes alive. This spirit is sometimes spoken of as the essence of human energy or the essence of truth. But whatever it is called, unless we allow it to pervade us, our bodies may be active, but our hearts remain closed, and we are strangers to ourselves. When we are able to integrate our minds with our hearts and our actions with our intentions, we can find genuine meaning in our lives. And so it is.
Thank you, Ernestine. That was so beautiful.
Yes, that was wonderful. Hey, Paul, you're back again.
I'm back again.
Funny seeing you here.
That was a beautiful reading. That's a tough act to follow, but here we go.
You'll do it.
Yeah, I'm sure you're up to it.
Yeah.
We shall be free, Garth Brooks. This ain't coming from no prophet, just an ordinary man. When I close my eyes, I see the way this world shall be, when we all walk hand in hand. When the last child cries for a crust of bread, when the last man dies for just the words that he said, when the last over his head, we shall be free. When the last thing we look for is the color of skin, and the first thing we notice is the beauty within, and the skies and the ocean are clean again, we shall be free. We shall be free. We shall be free. Stand straight, walk proud. We shall be free. When we're free to love anyone we choose, and the world's big enough for all different views, we all can worship from our own kind of pew. We shall be free. We shall be free. We shall be free. Have a little faith, walk proud. We shall be free. And when money talks for the very last time, and nobody walks a step behind, and there's only one race, and that's mankind, we shall be free. We shall be free. We shall be free. Stand straight, walk proud. We shall be free. We shall be free. We shall be free. Have a little faith, walk proud. We shall be free.
Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing song.
We thank Garth Brooks for writing that song, because that says it all for
It
this time we're
does.
living in.
And you for singing it today.
Yeah, I'm bringing it
Yay.
forth. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to do our thing, and we'll see you back a little later. That song gave me chills.
I know, that was amazing.
I mean, he just said it all like it is. So we're talking about freedom. This is the 4th of July, and Reverend Valerie and I were talking last night about how some people don't have the same experiences we have because they were enslaved during the time that the 4th of July took place. And just what the reading said today is very important for us to know, that we need to open our hearts and transcend all the hate, all the frustration, all the things that are going on in the world, and be in that place of freedom. Because freedom is just another word for nothing to lose. I can't help myself. Thank you, Janice. Freedom is not living at the level of the challenge. It's transcending the challenge. So if we're fighting and just up against everything that's going on, we're not free. I remember years ago, when I was at Agape, we had a guest speaker, and this gentleman, he and his good friend were arrested as youth for robbing a store and killing the owner. And they just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. So they were in jail, I forget, it was many, many years. And eventually they were freed because they found evidence that proved their innocence. Well, it's interesting because one of the two, during his time in incarceration, read books and studied and became a lawyer. And the other one was embittered. And when they both got out, that remained the same. The first one was like speaking at places like Agape and trying to make a change in the world. And the other one was still bitter and still so mad and still so angry that he ended up doing something bad again and ended up right back in jail. So freedom is more than being released from jail or not being incarcerated. It's a state of mind. Freedom is a sacred state of mind. And how do we get in an unfree place? Well, we get stuck in the world of effects, that we see things from the eyes of the effect instead of from a transcendent place, a place where we rise above whatever it is we're going through. A lot of our challenges take place and bring there's an emotion attached to it. So it's like we can be sad, we can be angry, we can feel all these emotions. So we're stuck in the emotions and we're letting the emotions be our experience instead of embracing them, going through what you need to go through, and then rising above it, transcending the emotional state. I like to practice with myself, because I can do it, seeing things from the third person point of view. So if I just get out of myself and look at me as if I'm a whole different, as if it's not me, but a third person, I can talk to that me and rationalize what it is I need to see in order for me to grow and unfold in my glorious way. Because we're all glorious and we're all free at all times. Even though you're maybe going through something that you feel is imprisoning you in your mind or your heart, that is just an effect. That isn't the truth of your being, because love exists right where you are. As what's the author's name? Tulku? No.
Tulku.
Well, it's good for his first name.
Tarthang.
As he said,
for me to say.
It was easy for you to say. It was forgetful for me. We're doing something. Anyway, he teaches us that the heart is a sacred place for all love and for all openings. So when we open our heart, that's a method of transcending the experience that we're going through. I like to challenge myself and find reasons or places that I can transcend. Sometimes it has to do with my health. Sometimes, like in the present moment, the voice isn't doing what I want it to do, but it's doing something. So I don't have to get caught into judging myself or thinking that I'm not complete and perfect the way I am. I can just transcend it and just be me, be the wholeness and the allness and the isness of me. And this isn't something that only ministers can do, only practitioners can do. Anybody can practice this. Anybody can say, Michael, you're seeing things from a low place. Open your heart. Find the love of what you're going through. Find the love that surrounds you. Find the love that is everywhere present and transcend your challenge, because you are more than this. I like to use those 5 words and then put a powerful declaration at the end, like, say it's fear. I am more than this. I am not my fear. I am more than this. I am not my fear. I am more than this. I am not my ailments. I am more than this. I am not my lack and limitations. Just kind of make it a mantra and see how powerful it is. See how you can transcend in any given moment, whatever it is you're going through, because what you're going through is real, but in a sense, it's really not real because it's only experience. It's not who you are. It's not what you are. I'm going to take a breath and let you talk a little bit.
I just want to start with this quote by Ernest Holmes. As our thought is opened and we behold the image of eternity within ourselves, we are changed by this image into a newness of life. And that's from the Science of Mind. And so I think a lot of times we get stuck in our thought. We create our world in our thoughts, and a lot of our thoughts are what we don't want instead of what we do want. And I was just listening to Ernest Holmes this morning, and he talked about 90% of our thoughts coming from that subjective place where we're not even really conscious of what we're thinking. And so when you think about that, we're creating our reality from those thoughts. And so instead of the mind guiding us and leading us and stretching us, a lot of the times the mind is the one that's putting us into bondage. And so if we start thinking from our heart, that space, that how you just talked about, if we start thinking from our heart, we don't think those thoughts from our heart. It's like when we have judgments about a person or a thing or a situation. I don't know about you, but when I'm looking into somebody's eyes, I see God. I don't care who it is, whether it's a little kid, an old person, anybody in between. Every single time I see God. And that's not coming from my head. None of those things are coming from my head. Those things are coming from the heart. And if we find that place where we're living from our heart and coming from our heart and thinking from our heart, and instead of allowing the mind to stick us into, and I'm going to use that term bondage because Ernest Holmes uses it all the time, and he uses it to say anytime we're doing stuff that doesn't bring us up and forward, we're stuck. And we have always our choice. We are at choice to find a new way of thinking about it, find it, especially a new way of thinking through our heart and feeling through our hearts. Because so I was listening to him this morning, he was actually talking about how usually after a talk, he leaves right away, but sometimes people follow him. And so this guy followed him, and he's talking about, so you mean to say that after we die, everybody goes to the same place? And Ernest says, well, what do you think? And he says, well, a lot of people are just really dishonest. And so Ernest looks right at him and says, what I'm asking you is, where are you dishonest? If you weren't dishonest, you wouldn't be seeing that in the other people. So the task is always to look within. Where am I, what I think I'm seeing out in front of me? Where is my heart? Where's my mind? What's that thinking doing to me? And I have that choice of how to do things differently, how to think differently, how to open up my heart and live from that place of the heart. Because when we live from that place of the heart, then we do transcend. We transcend this seemingly physical reality. And this physical reality is not nearly as real as we think it is. And so that's a lot of how we're able to change our thoughts and actually change our experience, because we're creating all the time.
Mhm.
We're creating our experience from our thoughts all the time. And as we change our thoughts, we change our experience. We can be going through the same situation. And just like you talked about, people can go through a horrible situation and come out stronger, and people can go through that situation and get stuck in it and dwell in it and not experience the growth.
Mhm. Yeah.
You ready to talk a minute, or?
No, you're doing good. You want me to talk a minute?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I'm thinking that what we have to realize is freedom isn't some obstacle that you have to get over. Freedom is a state of mind.
Yes.
And a lot of times we think that everything has to unfold in this perfect cineramic view of what life should be. And we throw ourselves right back into the prison that we've created. So you can find freedom when you transcend your problems, or whatever's going on, and still nothing will change. Sometimes the effect doesn't have to change in order for me to be free.
Right.
I can rise above it,
Right.
and live through it, but not in it.
Yes.
And that is what we're called to do, is to find a place where we can transcend into the allness and the isness of God, that we were made the likeness and image of. We are those children of God. We are perfect, whole, and complete. No matter what's going on in the world or in my world, it is all perfect. It is all unfolding in divine order. When a star, you're gonna have to talk for a while. My voice is.
When to start what?
When a star, excuse me, when a star explodes, the universe changes, and things are destroyed, but there's newness that comes about. So there's nothing to be afraid of. There's no need for fear, because you are eternal. You are eternally unfolding into glory after glory after glory. And I ask you to embrace your glorified self, to know that your wholeness, your allness, your isness is what's pulling you forth, not the things that's going on in your life, not the person who is giving you the hard time, not the boss that just isn't very nice, not the ex that is running over you and taking everything you've got, not any of that stuff. The truth of who you are is you are perfect, whole, and complete. And when we find ourselves in any kind of situation that is unpleasant, rise above it, transcend it, and know that as you rise, you will be guided and directed and held in the love of God all the time, barring nothing else. So this 4th of July, making a different kind of freedom. Embrace your freedom. Embrace wherever it is that you feel locked up, and let go, let God, and just allow yourself to experience it fully, and know that you are loved and you're always taken care of. You're always maintained and sustained by the one infinite eternal presence, through God, always God.
Mm-hmm. So Ernest Holmes says in The Science of Mind, the world is saturated with divinity, immersed in reality, and filled with possibility. We must take this divine possibility and mold it into a present actuality in everyday experience. This is the way to freedom, the pathway to peace and harmony. So I think that's what you just said. It's like we don't have to be experiencing what we would call perfection in this physical realm to get to that perfection of the truth of our being, that spiritual self, that oneness, that absolute knowingness, that we're one with that spirit, with each other, with our planet, with everything on our planet, and that we have the opportunity every single day and every single moment to focus on that reality that right where each one of us is, God is, regardless of what we were experiencing, regardless of our situation. We're always one with God, and we always have that power to transcend the thing that we're going through and be that in that peaceful presence and power and oneness. And when we get that, we're eternal beings, one with God all of the time, in every breath, in every moment, all of the time. And when we understand that, the things that are happening to us in our lives can create us recognizing more of that oneness with Spirit. And everything doesn't have to be going well for us to get that we're one with the one all of the time. That as we dwell with our thinking, as we live in that place of the mind that does what the mind does, sometimes we let the mind run us instead of our heart living our lives. And Ernest Holmes says, we are a house divided against itself. 90% of our thoughts are subjective and we're not aware of them. And the universe is not divided against us ever. And every prayer is answered. Every prayer is answered. And we just have the opportunity to keep living in that life of prayer and that living of that life of understanding that we're more than this physical being. That sometimes I look in the mirror and see this wrinkle and that gray hair and this thing. And those things are part of this physical body, but they're not me. They're not me. I am more than that.
I am more than that.
Yeah. And we are each more than that. We are also each one with each other. And so as we work on ourselves and work on our own personal growth and work on our prayers, we have the opportunity to create that oneness, that love, that peace, that peace that passes, I can't say that word, understanding. We have that opportunity all of the time. So I just invite you to join me in taking the opportunity this day to let those things that bother us just disappear, to let them go back into the nothingness from which they came, and just find ourselves living from the heart this day, looking at each person with love, looking at each situation with love, looking at each situation with peace and with opportunity.
Yeah. So what I know is that as we let go of everything, we gain everything. Mm-hmm. As we let go of everything, we gain everything. So when you have made a breakthrough and you've risen above whatever it was you were going through, just remind yourself, free at last, free at last. Thank God I'm free at last. And bless those breakthroughs and keep engaged with them, knowing that they will take you through your next breakthrough and on unto infinity, because that's what we're living on. Mm-hmm. This infinite journey that we're on. And what a glorious journey it is. Glory be, hallelujah. I love you all. I'm ready for
prayer.
What is it called? Something.
Spiritual mind treatment.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So I just invite you to take a deep breath. And as we breathe it in, we recognize that we are breathing in God, the divine, the one spirit, the one life, the one power, the one presence. And as we breathe out, I invite you to just breathe out any doubts or fears or problems or challenges or any situation that's going on. Just let it go and breathe it out. And just breathe in that spirit and that oneness and that power and that presence and that allness and that isness. As I recognize that Spirit is my life. Spirit is Reverend Michael's life. Spirit is the life of each one present here today, each one listening here today, each one everywhere, all of the time. That there is no place where the divine is not. And so I know that as Spirit is thinking my thoughts and beating my heart and living my life, that I have the opportunity right here today to just release all of the things that are challenging me, all of the thoughts and the busyness of the mind that keeps me from being in that place of peace. I just release all of that today and just recognize that oneness, that one power, that one presence, that one life that is breathing my breath, beating my heart, and guiding me forward to this day and every day, knowing that everything that is mine to do gets done, and everything that is not done was not mine to do right at this moment. And so just as I center into that space, I invite each one of us to center into that space where we're just always present with the divine, knowing from that deep heart place what is ours to do this day, what is ours to do this moment. And so I know for each of us, love and peace and harmony and balance and abundance and prosperity and radiant health and loving relationships and just absolute wonder and peace and harmony. And so I just in absolute gratitude pass this word to Reverend Michael.
Thank you. And so I invite you to join me and all those people all around the planet this day that are embracing freedom in some way. And we hold all those that may be not experiencing that in our hearts and our love, and we send out an energy of love and peace to those places where freedom isn't a part of what they're experiencing. We hold them up and know that as humankind, our destiny is to free all, because if one isn't free, no one is free.
That's right.
So I just send out light and love to every unharmonious place on this planet, knowing that right here and right now, the possibilities of God are upon us. And as we move forward, everything unfolds in its glorified way. I send out light and love to all our families, to all our friends, to all our colleagues, to all those who may challenge us in any way. Mm-hmm. I send out light and love, knowing that this energy of light and love cannot come back void. It will touch the lives that are seeking it. And so for this and so much more, I'm eternally grateful. Grateful for this day, grateful for those that are gathered with us under our roof, grateful for those who have tuned in on their computers or their phones, knowing that separation of space does not separate us, that we are one. All is good all the time, and I'm grateful to know the word is complete. I let go, I let God, and together we say, and so it is.
Amen. Amen. Ashe, Aho, and woohoo!
Yeah.
Now it's time for Paul?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Paul.
Hey, woohoo. In keeping with spirit of the talk, I'm going to do a song, a new song called Let It All Go. So many voices in my mind babbling unclear. I can't believe everything I hear. Show me where I can say a quiet prayer. Let the silence begin. Go within, go within. Let it all go. Empty my head. Let it all go to a black hole. Let it all go. Open my heart. Let it all go. Make a new start. one's moving in the dark. Oh, who can it be if not me? Shadow boxing with my evil twin, and I take one on the chin. I go within, let it all go. Inward bound, let it all go. Higher ground, let it all go. Rise above, let it all go. Back into love. Making peace is tension and release. Tame the beast, I go within, let it all go. Learn to be still, let it all go. By my own free will, let it all go. Bless the stress, let it all go. Take a deep breath, let it all go. On the mend, let it all go. Free to transcend, let it all go. Let it all go.
Hey, thank you, Paul. Wow.
Way to put the exclamation point on our talk today.
Absolutely.
Thank you. We're going to get back to you in a few minutes for our last song. Everybody just say this. This is a great day.
This is a great day.
I enjoy it and participate fully.
I enjoy it and participate fully.
It's great because I make it so.
It's great because I make it so.
And so it is.
And so it is.
I'm so uplifted by our opportunity to do what we're doing and by all those that join us. And I give thanks to all those who participate in the giving too, because it's an important part of our spiritual center. So I invite you to just look into your heart and see what it says. Is it time to give? Is it time to participate and support this spiritual center? And if it's yes, that's okay. And if it's no, that's okay too. We still love you, and we still invite you to come back each week. So you got something to say?
Yes, if you use Venmo, you can use your QR code and use that Venmo code right up in the corner. Otherwise, the easiest way is to go to our website, cslnorthmetro.org, and there are several ways you can give there. And you can even text to give to YUGIVE at 888-364-GIVE. And I think that's about all I have to say. So we're going to just know that there's gifts coming, because there are, and you can bless them.
So I'm going to invite everybody in the room to shine your light towards the gifts. And all those that are out there in the cosmos, shine your light towards the screen and repeat after me. Thank you, dear Spirit.
Thank you, dear Spirit.
Thank you for this opportunity to give.
Thank you for this opportunity to give.
I give freely from my love.
I give freely from my love,
knowing that the love goes out and multiplies upon the planet.
knowing the love goes out and multiplies upon the planet
And comes back fulfilled.
and comes back fulfilled.
And so it
And
is.
so it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to get Paul to do another song.
Yeah.
And then we're going to send everybody on into their 4th of July celebrations. Firecrackers. Yay.
This is
I'm like listening to them.
it's a song for our beautiful country.
Yeah.
This land is your land. This land is my land. California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream water. This land was made for you and me. As I went walking, I saw above me endless skyway, the ribbon of highway. I saw below me that golden valley. This land was made for you and me. I roamed and rambled, followed my footsteps through the sparkling sands of her diamond deserts. All around me, voice was sounding. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream water. This land was made for you and me. When the sun came shining and I was strolling, wheat fields waving, dust clouds rolling, a voice was chanting as the fog was lifting. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream water. This land was made for you and me. This land was made for you and me.
Yay! That was wonderful.
Oh, that should be our national.
That should be.
That or America the Beautiful.
Yeah, both of those are great.
So, got last things to say?
I do, and I'm. Oh, so Greg doesn't come back until after we benedict, huh? I think so. Okay, so there's an on-screen link for the Zoom meet after the service. Oh no, the comments have the Zoom link after the service, and I don't know what else to say. Join us and have a happy 4th of July.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Benedictus.
No, you Benedict.
Okay.
voice.
Benedict. Okay, so just going within, giving thanks for this time together, for this amazing country that we live in, for the opportunity to become more than in each moment than I was the moment before. I just am so grateful. Grateful for this center, grateful for all the people that support it, grateful for this planet, grateful for life, grateful for all that is. And so in absolute gratitude, I release this word, I let it go, I allow it to be, and together we say, and so it is. Join us on Zoom.
Happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th of July.
Be careful with the firecrackers.
Hey, great.
Hey, and thank you for the message. It was awesome.
Thank you.
And
And
Paul,
thank you, Paul.
thanks, Paul, for the music. It was awesome, too.
Great selection of songs.
It was wonderful, as always.
Yep. All right. We'll see. I won't be able to make it to the Zoom, so I'm going to head out. But have a good
you
rest
have
of your
fun playing
day.
tennis today.
That's right. Happy 4th.
Same to you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.